Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Journey to the Farlands. I guess for those of you on YouTube who've been kind of seeing the episodes as they have come out, don't really note, I guess, other than every other day uploads on YouTube. But I've been on a bit of a trip, and I haven't been able to stream in over a week now. So I'm finally back and doing the journey again. It's definitely nice to be home. And it was one of those big trips where you fly somewhere. You take a plane. Actually, two in my case. But I'll get into that a little bit later in the episode. But anywho, I am back, and yeah, I had some technical difficulties with capturing the game, but I got it working, so we're good to go. Hopefully everything's pretty solid now. No issue there, hopefully. But yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good to be back. And YouTube uploads, of course, will return to normal from here on. I'm kind of out of everything now. There's like nothing really stopping me from doing what I want to do with Journey and everything else. So things are going to be changing a little bit, in terms of like episode length and all. They've kind of started to. I'm sure you've noticed. But yeah, that's going to be quite the shift coming pretty soon here in terms of episode stuff. Episode stuff, yes. Episodage and the YouTube-ness of things. Very interesting way of describing things, but I have my ways. But it's good. It's good to be back. Honestly, I can't stop saying it. I'm really really relaxed and really just ready to get back into things. I gotta turn my headset down a bit. I think I had it turned up before. I don't know what I was turning it up for. Honestly, it's been a week. How could I remember? But I do I guess I do have some notes to dote on a bit from over the break. Of course, I'll kind of get into the trip, like I said, a bit later. But I wanted to kind of talk about the new series that I've started. I don't really know what I'm going to do with Minecraft or my Minecraft Let's Play. I wasn't feeling all that inspired by it, at least recently. So I'm gonna stick to the vault. I think honestly I might even just stick to whatever I feel like doing, which right now seems to be the vault hunting stuff. We'll see if I keep doing that. I think I'm gonna be a bit more free flowing with that sort of thing. Kind of not really worry all that much about consistency with that stuff. With Journey and Newcraft, I'll try and be a bit more consistent. But I have started, it's a Vault Hunters series. And it was a bit of a rocky start, I'll admit. I did a trial run and that went very badly. It just crashed and all sorts of stuff, and it was just not cooperating at all. And I just decided, I'm just gonna try it one last time, and that one last time ended up being the time that worked. So hopefully it'll work for the second episode. But I think it turned out pretty well for an unedited series. I think it's a pretty solid start. It's gotten a little bit of viewership. It's not Journey by any means, but it's definitely not too bad. And I also did upload another Newcraft episode, a little bit, a bit of it edited. I'll have to finish editing it pretty soon. Although no one really watches those, I might go a bit lighter on the editing front for them. We'll see. Just because I put a lot of effort into those videos. Well, not a whole lot. Not like kind of a regular YouTube video effort, but I put enough effort into editing them, like as minimally as I do it. And if they don't really get views, then I don't really know if I'm gonna keep, making them super uber, edited and stuff. I'll kind of decide that, I guess, myself over the next few episodes. But Newcraft's gonna be a lot of fun, I'm hoping. I want to get back into it. I don't know if I'll stream it today. We'll see if interesting stuff happens. Because I do want to get some stuff set up, kind of set the hook a little bit, if you will, for the series. Because I think while I have returned, I think I'm still a little ways off of being committed to it, which yes, that's the age old debate with new stuff like that. But at any rate, that's kind of what I was up to before the break, shortly before. And then I filmed a few Journey to the Farlands episodes. I kept the daily streaming going up until I left for my trip, and that seemed to go well. And I just staggered the videos instead of pre-recording. I think that's probably what I'll do in the future if I go on like other trips, because I know I'm going on a few more this year. So I'll probably do that same method for that, or if it's a really short trip, I'll just pre-record. But yeah, no, lots of fun stuff happening for sure. It's a very chill time. It's been a while. I guess I could get into the trip a bit since I've been kind of talking about it a little bit. Since that's why I haven't uploaded as consistently and haven't streamed at all in the last 7 days. But the trip, yes, we went to Punta Cana, lovely country, or a lovely city, I guess. It's in Dominican. It's definitely different for sure culturally and everything. Pretty much everything's different compared to where I am in Canada. So it was a fun trip though. You do have to take like a few planes from where I am to get to where you want to go, but it wasn't all that bad. You've kind of when you do road trips, that's kind of more than going on the planes and stuff. It just wears on you a bit. What was that? I don't know what's going on. I thought I was swapping stuff and moving stuff around. Anyway, it was a fun trip. We stayed at a nice resort and did a bit of shopping. It was mostly a relaxation trip, I'll be honest. It wasn't really like a big old shopping or like, it wasn't really getting into the tourist attractions and all that. It was a little bit of that, but it was mostly just a sit back and relax. And I took a break from pretty much everything. Like I still talk to my friends and whatnot, but I definitely cut off, of course, the gaming in general, pretty much, other than like mobile stuff every once in a while, and also YouTube stuff, which I talk about the YouTube series as I watch a lot because that's a pretty big thing that I do is watch YouTube. But yeah, it was definitely a good time though, nonetheless. I won't get into too much specifics for the trip. You just know it was a very relaxing time in a warm place. It was actually very warm compared to where I am now. Of course, I'm back at home, where I talk about the cold and the snow and all that, and there, of course, it was like sunny and the beaches. There's pretty beautiful beaches. It was very windy for the past like 5 days, so we couldn't really go out into the ocean and do too much. I think we were planning to do a fishing trip, and that kind of fell through just because of the wind. And I wanted to do more snorkeling in the ocean, and it was also too windy for that. It was just too windy for a lot of things. Most people were just kind of at the shore or like just like barely in the ocean. Just because if you go too far out, you're basically just getting swept or slammed into the ground or or swept into the ocean. Not a very fun time. So yeah, everyone was just kind of hanging out at the beach. I didn't go to the beach very much, to be honest. It was mostly just the pool, like poolside stuff. Very nice pools and all that. Of course, at resorts and everything. But trip was good though. Anyway, I'm still a little bit, just tired. I'm not really jet lagged, of course. It's not a time zone difference of that much. It's only an hour ahead in the Dominican Republic. But I don't know who that is. But there's no jet lag. But I'm just a bit tired after a day of traveling yesterday. Got a good sleep anyway. Couldn't sleep anymore. I tried sleeping more, but I was like, oh, I guess I slept on the plane a fair bit because I woke up pretty early today, all things considered. Guess my sleep schedule changed a bit. Maybe I could keep it this way and do everything, a bit more collected. But there's a stream delay. I can see your messages. I don't know who Brent Riley is. Anyhow, oh, I don't need much actually. Oh, my skin's back too. Yes, I've lost my skin for so long. I don't even remember the last time I had my skin. Beta's weird. Beta Minecraft is a little weird. I mean, by default, you don't actually have a skin. It's only like certain. I don't even know how it works. If it's like certain skins or what, but I do have my skin and my cape. I don't know if I had my cape either. I don't think either of those things were transferring for like the past few episodes or more. But anyhow, guess I should get a bed placed. Do I have enough resources for a bed? Not really. If I had a bit more sand or dirt, then I'd be able to build a hidey pole, but I think I'll just dig into the hill here. Settle down for a bit. I need to make some beds. There should be enough beds. Oh, wonderful. Good trip though. I don't really have an incredible lot of stuff that's really new, I guess, compared to the last time. Other than the trip and the new series. Hopefully gonna, yeah, I guess I'm hopefully gonna stream a bit more Newcraft for the coming weeks. See what I can do. I'm thinking of trying to start something on the server. Something like more server. I don't know about server wide actually. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do stuff just, you know, on my own kind of path because there's not a whole lot of people on the server, of course. So it's not like I can do like super huge server wide events. But work something out. I've kind of wanted to do something like that a bit. Maybe to get like Devin and Brody a bit more into the server. Because I can tell, well, I mean, of course, the server's been closed for a week too, so I'm sure there's a bit of, I'm sure Devin's looking forward to coming back to the server, but I'm sure there's a bit of hesitancy, or not hesitancy, but like kind of, there's a bit of a detachment already kind of happening. So I'm gonna kind of reel it back in. I think I'll have not that much issue going into it, because I still have my list of things and all that. I just want to try and be a bit more consistent with Newcraft because Newcraft's kind of the tangible progress. I guess Journey's kind of tangible too, but it's not like I can look around and be like, wow, look at my progress in this series. It's more just based off this number that I keep pressing F3 to access. Well, someone made a point of like only pressing F or never. I guess they said never pressing F3. And I've kind of talked about that really a long time ago at the beginning of the series, in the fact that I don't really care about the F3 thing. I know some people are like, oh, but it's a bit more mysterious about not knowing where you are, more realistic. That's at least how Kurt views it, and I think there's some merit to that, and especially only doing or pressing F3 after like charity events. So there's kind of a build up to knowing where you are. It would be actually, I think it'd be rather cool to do it without F3 at all and just wander about and not really know where you are at any stage. And you could just reach the Farlands at any point. But I've kind of made my decision, made my mind at least a long time ago on what I was doing with this series, and I haven't really changed out of that habit. It's not really too late to. I could just not press F3 again, but I guess I've debated like kind of loosening up a bit, but I really like the archiving I've been doing, and I don't really want to, just drop that. I really do like just being able to know where I was on any given day over the past year and a half. I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna stick to what I want to do. But I know there's people that might want to do the journey without F3 or might want to do it with F3 like me, and that's fine. It's wonderful. But I'm just gonna stick to my way of doing things. I like F3. I think it's rather cool being able to just be like, oh, we're 5 million blocks out from spawn, and that's neat. But yeah, speaking of progress, bit of a transition. I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about in that discussion, but I'm hopefully gonna. Oh, I've set my first target for progress in this series. At least the first of my big targets, and that's for I think March. It was kind of a rough target. I don't know if I'll actually hit it. I'll see if I can try, see what I can do. But let me see. March 4th is what my first target for Journey, which is reaching 50% of the way to the Farlands by March 4th, which is like, oh, that's plenty of time, but that's a lot of blocks. It's a lot of blocks away still. 50%. We just passed, not too long ago, past 40%. So it's gonna be a bit of a climb. And if I want to get to the Farlands anytime soon, that climb's gonna have to continue. So I'll see what I can do. Don't know if I'll get to the Farlands like really soon, but I can certainly try and do more of walking. Because I was gonna say speed things up, but that doesn't really speed things up. It's more just, well, I guess in the long term it's called speeding things up, but in the actual sense, it's just putting more time into the series. Because I can't really go any faster without going into the Nether, and I don't really want to just cheese the rest of the journey through the Nether. I personally think it's a bit of a cheese using the Nether, and it's also not as fun, at least to me. I much rather prefer just going through the overworld. Although I'm not gonna, of course, I'll just say things. I'm not saying them as fact. I'm just saying my own view on things. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion on that kind of stuff, but I just think the Nether's a bit meh. I mean, people who do it, it's good on you, but at least me personally, kind of the same thing with the F3 thing. It's the same situation. I could apply that to a lot of things for the series in general, but I just have my way of doing things and I'm sticking to them. If it ain't really broke, don't fix it kind of thing. I might at some point try to get to the Nether roof just to be able to go up and down, like have that be like maybe even a milestone in the journey. Maybe even just do like an episode or two in the Nether again. I might do that at some point, but I'm not going to do the rest of the journey in the Nether. It's not that long. Like I'd be able to do it within a month. Like reach the Farlands. At that rate, probably within a month at this kind of rate I'm going. Which it's doable, but it feels like an easy way out. I want to start this journey or end this journey like I started it, kind of thing. Maybe a trip or two to the Nether over that or this stretch, however long it is till I get to the Farlands. However long. I'll probably do some more marathons as I get closer to the Farlands, I think. I don't know if today's episode will be a marathon. It could be, because it's pretty early when I've started streaming this. I don't really have much of a schedule for anything anymore. I gotta reevaluate things a bit and kind of figure out how I'm gonna schedule things. I think I might maybe just do Journey throughout the day and then just at night do Newcraft and other stuff. Gotta do whatever I can to keep myself sane, I guess. I do have work though. It's not entirely just Journey and gaming. I do have work, and I'll probably try to work other stuff in other than gaming to keep myself occupied in other ways. But I think for now, I'll just stick to whatever works. Oh, sorry, I was yawning. Still a little tired. I don't know. My body just decided it wanted to wake up at 8 a.m. this morning, which is very early for me. Although it's not completely out there because I've kind of been waking up at that time. Waking up at that time, for the past week. Yeah, I guess it's an hour later, so it'd be more like 8 to 9 a.m. Although I actually didn't really have that great of sleeps on the trip. I remember waking up like a lot throughout the night. I wasn't the most comfortable there. The beds were all right. Oh, that's probably enough wool. Yeah, but the beds were all right there. Nothing. It's not the worst, but that might have maybe influenced why I'm tired. Is just that I haven't really had, I guess, proper sleep the past week. It's kind of been broken up. Yeah, but anywho, enough about my sleep schedule. It seems to be a recurring topic in my episodes. just something I keep throwing out there. I just feel like I'm in such a different place to when I left for the trip. I kind of let everything go when I went for my trip, and now everything. I'm trying to recollect everything. I like had to I had to like double check that I was on episode 278 and whatnot, which I think I am. I think I've gone through the playlist a few times now, making sure there's all the episodes, because God, it'd be like the worst thing to like have missed an episode and be like, oh, there's like episode 283 is missing, even though it's not even been made yet, but that kind of thing where it's like, oh, I missed this one episode, and now I'll have to readjust everything. That's why I try to catch it early, because if it's like 100 episodes ago, it's a goner. Like I'm not able to. I'm not gonna like shuffle all the episode numbers back. It's it's okay. Like my episode numbering system is okay enough because it worked. It works for the Journey to the Farlands series, just because it's every time I streamed it, of course. Well, I guess just about every time I do like extra parts to episodes and whatnot, and megasodes and stuff. But it's it's about as close as you're gonna get to an actual solid episode count. I'd I'd say give or take another 100 episodes, and that's probably the actual episode count, because there was like just around 100 days of walking that I did before things got super consistent. So maybe 90 to 100, because I guess there was like the first 10, 11 episodes. Yeah, 10 to 12 episodes that were kind of in that period where I was like a bit more spotty with the series. Hello, skeleton. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm just gonna run away, like the coward I am. No, it's not cowardice. It's just being efficient with arrow usage. Yeah, whatever I'll say to keep me out to help me sleep at night. And yes, the stereotype of Canadians saying "a" is true for me. I just say it like right, right. Like, you don't know. I'm sure those who've watched enough of my videos will pick up on that fact. I don't really got a good poker face. I just it just one day slipped into my vocabulary, and it never it works. It works as stereotypical as it is. Although Cherry does also have like stuff like that. that she says. So it's not just me. Put myself at ease by realizing that there's other people going through this, doing the same thing, going through the same, like I'm talking about like rehab or something. Oh, but anywho, lots of fun anyway. Looking forward to getting back into things as I am now. Don't know if I'll do Vault Hunters today. I think I might do it another day. I think I work tomorrow. Ugh, I work. Yay! Gotta make money. Ugh. Gotta make some money at least. Well, I'm kind of in this limbo between school, like not being in school and all that, but at least for now. But yeah. I'm still going the right way. I swear, it's like the easiest thing for me to go off course. One thing, I'm looking straight, and then next thing you know, I'm going like back to spawn, and that's not really ideal. I kind of always want to be moving, to the Farlands, because if I'm going anywhere else, then it's just not efficient. I'm Mr. Efficiency, as I have dubbed myself before. Gosh, I'm just so relaxed by Journey. It's like double relaxation, because relaxation from the trip and then relaxation from Journey now. Oh, I'm a very relaxed person. You can tell probably, I'd assume. Just based on what you can hear from me saying, what you can hear me saying, and how, all the yawning and all that jazz. Oh, I might have to switch headsets in a bit. Maybe I'll do that now, actually. Just give me a quick sec. I'll pause my game. Oh, okay. That was quite the break. I only really meant to change my headphones, and then I ended up having lunch and all this stuff. Oh, we're going back to spawn. Oh, I don't know when I actually left to go for my break. It's probably been quite a while, like an hour or so. I lost track of time. Clearly, I had to help with a few things and whatnot, but I'm back. Don't know what I was talking about before I left. I'll have to edit that chunk out of the episode, but or not. We'll see. I guess how long the episode goes, because you can only edit YouTube videos of certain length, or at least streams. I think it's around the 5-hour mark. So we'll see if I just break it up into different episodes or different parts. I don't know. I've been having to break up episodes a lot recently, so I don't know if I'll do that, but I might just leave it as is. It's not very. I don't know. I'll see. I'll think on it a little bit over the next little bit. Yeah. Well, it's pretty. I guess I didn't quite realize how the episodes have just been going by like crazy now that I've returned to the consistency of things. Because of course, if I had streamed like every single day, we'd be well into the 400s, I think, for episodes. But I've done megasodes and Farland anniversary and just generally taken time off. So yeah, I do what I can. I'm just glad that I'm still here doing this. that I haven't given up or anything like that, or I haven't let out a whole lot. It got pretty quiet, this series, back in 2023. Definitely kind of dropped off after once I started taking time off in April. It just really, like, when I was doing my archiving, because I've been archiving my notebook into my, like, digitizing it, archiving all the coordinate stuff. F3 discussion returns. But when I record that kind of stuff, I just realized how many days I took off back then. Oh, it was crazy. Like, I just did like one, and then it just happened so often. I don't think it's bad to take time off, but I kind of want to get as close to the Farlands as I can before I get busy, so that I can just chill. And I can still stream the series, but not have to worry about it taking years upon years to get there. At least that's the hope, anyway. That's the plan that I've so often described. And honestly, the last few months before, I guess, the latter end of January, when I started picking things up again, it really dried out there too. It kind of was just work and school overlapping and all this stuff. It was just too much. Well, at least for Journey. And of course, I'm sure there's plenty of people being like, "Oh, you could just, not really, you don't have to stream this very often." I just like streaming it. I just enjoy it. So there's something about it that's just different to pretty much every other series I've done. I don't know why I've been able to do it the whole time I have. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. We'll get back into the swing of things. Hopefully today I'll be able to do a bit of a longer episode. Yeah, because I got the whole day to myself. Like, when I'd have like the whole day to myself before, I'd have to like study and whatnot and work and stuff. So today's gonna be a bit of a different day. I might just hang out on Journey here. Break or do like multiple episodes, like 2 episodes today. So this one will just be like a commentary, maybe, maybe, and I could film a second episode. I'm not entirely sure. That's actually not too bad of an idea. It's probably what I could do. Oh, I mean, it's probably what I could have done for so long is break up the commentary and no commentary portions, because I usually just do like the commentary and then it leads into like a 5-hour no commentary or whatever. And it's like, oh, but I don't know. It's not too bad of an idea. I think I've probably thought of it before. Thought of a lot of stuff. You get a lot of time to think about things in Journey, for sure. Or when you're off just doing this. I'm curious what Devin's thing is that he was doing, because I saw him upload a video about like early Minecraft, old Minecraft, like beta. So I wonder what he's doing, if he's doing like a beta world or if he's just doing a nostalgia thing. Because it seemed like it was a kind of a nostalgia, kind of getting people to click for nostalgia and whatnot, which I think it's probably it's a pretty good idea. There's definitely an audience for it on YouTube for old Minecraft. Definitely much more than in the past. It's really, really blossomed, which is very interesting. A lot of people flocking to the old versions. I myself included. Basically, before a year and a half ago, I hardly touched old Minecraft beyond just the odd world or two. So I'm kind of in that demographic, I guess. I don't really watch much old Minecraft on YouTube, though. Surprisingly, I know. I know a lot of you guys are, what? I guess I watch TFC and I watch old Hermitcraft, but I don't really watch like the modern old Minecraft. Like people, there's so many playlist like series and SMPs going on in old Minecraft. I mean, not actually not a whole lot of SMPs, I guess, but more so just playthroughs of old Minecraft. I've checked out a few, but there's so many to count. There's so many people like Devin and I, and there's so many of course, like the very small streamers and whatnot doing their own thing. I'm basically just describing myself at this point, but there's a lot of other people that I've noticed. Definitely picked up on that. Oh, my water bottle is nice today. I don't have the quiet one. That one's going through the wash. I have like 2 water bottles, and one of them is rather noisy, than the other one's not too bad. But I like to stay hydrated anyway. Get my bed placed. And I've been thinking about what I want to do for the next outpost. Do I want to reveal it? I usually am one to reveal plans. I don't know if I want it to be like a surprise. It's a good talking point, the next outpost for sure. It's a bit of a treat for those who tune into this episode, I guess. It's not really, I don't know if it'll be blatantly obvious through the title, because I don't know what the title is yet. But I think I want to do like speaking of the Nether, I think I want to do an outpost in the Nether. Like get all my diamonds in the overworld and then do an outpost in the Nether and actually journey a bit in the Nether. I'm not sure if I'll, like I said, I'm not doing the rest of the journey in the Nether, but I think that could be a little fun. Is do a bit of a twist. Although technically it would make the journey illegitimate according to the Farland, um, whatever the Farlanders or whatever you call them. But, there's like people who've made lists and stuff of people who've done like legitimate journeys, not like cheating or going to the Nether that often. But I don't know. I've thought about it. I might do another overworld outpost. I've got tons of ideas I can utilize. Probably nothing grand. I never do grand outposts, hardly ever. The Citadel is probably the biggest outpost I've done, and that one was not fully fleshed out anyway. Spent like a week working on that. I think my favorite outpost, maybe Outpost 1. Outpost 1 is kind of the classic. Can't really beat it because it was fleshed out. It was awesome. And it was a cool area. I would have loved to have actually lived there for a while and built into the mountains more. Built more like sprawling houses and stuff, make it like an actual town. That's kind of the sucky thing about the journey, so I always have to keep moving forward, and I can't really stick around in the cool spots I find. But at least I get to build like little nuggets of bases every once in a while. And hopefully at the Farlands I'll be able to whip up something neat. At Oblivion, as I call it. Be another outpost pending. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Because as much as people urge me to do Nether Journey and whatnot and be like, oh yeah, go in the Nether. And you don't press F3. It's like all like this stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Because I've done what I did like 2.5 episodes. Well, I have 2.5, I guess, or 3 episodes if I'm just going by what episodes included the Nether. There was the original Journey in the Nether, which was 3 episodes. I think I did it a second time. Oh no, that though I did 2 separate occasions. I did it first was Halloween of 2022, pretty early on. The first after the first 2 months, I went to the Nether for Halloween. I streamed that actually. That was my first like gimmick episode, and it was only episode 9. Burn baby burn, as I called it. And then I did a megasode in the Nether, the Nether Venture as I call it. I gotta add venture to everything. Well, I was actually gonna call Farland Anniversary Farland Venture, or yeah, I think it was Farland Venture or whatever, or something or rather. But I ended up going with Farland Anniversary because it just felt better. It doesn't really hold a candle to Flobathon. I think Flobathon is a lovely name, good a good naming convention from Kurt, but I just did what I could in that kind of period of time. Because I think in like the first episode, I call it the Farland Venture or whatever. Or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, I did a Nether Venture anyway, back, reeling it back in a bit. I did the Nether Venture. That was probably one of my last megasodes I did. I haven't done a megasode in a long time. I have to have good reason to do it. And I've done like a few outposts. Did I even make any of those into megasodes? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes I just like to let the episode numbers like flow through the outpost. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll do a megasode. Because I did one for Uno. Although the Uno was only like the first episode of the megasode, I think. No, it was a Fiery Doom. I think was what it was. Megasodes are kind of weird. I don't know what. I'm not like, oh. For having come up with the concept of a megasode, which is like like multiple regular standard episodes in one megasode. It's kind of a weird thing because it detracts from the main series a bit with like the numbering, but it's I kind of find it cool. It's not didn't really have much point to it, I'll be completely honest. I guess that's kind of why I phased it out. So maybe that's a thing of the past. I do have such thing as mini-sodes as well, which I've only done like 2 of. I might do more in the future if I have other stuff I want to show off or fix, talk about briefly. Because I tend to just ramble on and on. It's kind of how the series goes. It's either that or radio silence, so take your pick. But I guess there's the mini-sodes though. But they don't really include actual in-game progress. They're a little different to like the standard episode because I'm mostly just in like a testing world or something or showing off some like neat stuff. Like I think the first one I did was lost footage. And then I did one about the bed problem when I realized that I wasn't gonna respawn properly. Well, I died and I was like, oh, why'd that happen? But I realized that the torch placement was wrong. Someone pointed that out in one of the episodes. Because I based my bed placement off TFC's bed placement. I don't think TFC ever ended up dying. He hasn't died yet in terms of where I'm at. So I guess he doesn't have to worry about it, but I die pretty frequently in this world, you'll come to find. And I often lose my stuff, which is very nice. Although I did actually recover my stuff a few times. A few times. I did actually, get my stuff back, which was nice. But it's pretty unlikely. I bet there's a lot of missing items just scattered about the landscapes. Although I think the counter still applies. So even if I'm not in the chunks, if I go into the chunks after a set amount of time, the stuff's just not there anymore. I think that's how it works. Maybe. And another weird phenomena is also the trees, the leaves decaying. When I didn't chop down a tree, like there's like saplings on the ground and stuff. But I think that's just due to world generation stuff. I'm not exactly sure. But anyhow, I don't know if you guys want to hear about all this technical jibber jabber anyway, so I'll think of something else I want to talk about. Well, I'll try. Actually, no, we'll just go this way. God, this boat trick has probably saved me a lot of time already. I guess that's speeding up the journey in a way, because this is actually the only real way I can speed up my progress is just the boats. So that's nice. Able to make some tangible progress anyway. Oh gosh, I don't know. Just because I don't know how long the break was, I don't know how long to make the commentary today. Because I didn't look at the timer. It was around half an hour when I went for my break, I think. Maybe I'll do another half hour. I think maybe it's been around 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. So do another 15 minutes, I think. That should be enough. Or I'll just go on until I run out of stuff to say. As per the usual way of doing things. Which usually is around an hour. It usually works neat, it's nicely around the hour mark of each episode. Which I know hour-long episodes is pretty wild for a series. But it's not my intention for people to watch it in its entirety. You can just tune into an episode occasionally and it'll just be kind of its own self-contained, isolated thing. And technically, it's all cohesive. Like ever since episode 13, every block I've done in this journey has been covered to the best of my ability. Of course, internet you know, what's the word? Internet dependent, I guess. My internet cuts out occasionally, and I lose some stuff. I don't go back. I think Kurt goes back. I don't know exactly how he does it. Like he does like a rollback or something. I don't remember how it works though. Although I know his journey hasn't been completely like straight on, you know. But I've tried to make mine as cohesive as possible. Of course, given the 2 months of radio silence, like actual radio silence, and not just the episodes having no talking in them. I actually did stream me leaving Spawn. I didn't do it to Twitch though. I did it to Discord, and I don't think anyone watched it at the time. Devin joined after I had already departed from Spawn. I think I was around 1,000 blocks off by the time Devin joined me, or joined the stream and was chatting with me. That would have been a neat one to stream, because I did actually stream back then, so it wasn't completely, you know, it wasn't a complete unexpected thing for me to have streamed Journey back then, but I just didn't think people would want to see it. I kind of wanted to just have it be my own thing and have Newcraft be the streamed thing, which very quickly didn't work out, especially with original Newcraft. I think if Journey didn't exist, my channel would be a lot less consistent. Maybe the viewership would have gone to Newcraft a bit more had I not done Journey, but I feel like that wouldn't have been the case because the SMPs always kind of run short. So we'll see what happens with the actual Newcraft that we have now, or not the actual Newcraft, but like the current Newcraft. That is in some way different to the old stuff. Okay, there we are. Lovely bed. I'm out of boats again. Again, yes. I've run out of boats, it would appear. I'll have to craft some more. Wow, the most commentary I can provide in this series. Ooh, look at that mountain. I'm out of boats. I'm real inventive. You know, maybe I could get this chap's arrow if he drops any. Oh, he dropped one. There you go. Nah, I'm not going all the way over there. I was like, oh, there's another arrow, but no. I won't go that far. Just for an arrow. We gotta keep going. Keep pressing on. Continue to the Farlands. I think that's what TFC says. Continue on to the Farlands. On towards the Farlands. I think Kurt probably said it too. It's kind of just a thing. Let the journeying begin again. Didn't really make much sense actually since I've been doing this for so long. It's not like I've stopped, but I guess I did stop for a week. Not unheard of for this world. I've taken breaks before. I went pretty much cold turkey in June. I always reference June as being like, oh, it's a dreadful time for Journey because, you know, there was like no progress being made in the world. Ooh, dungeon. Oh, I need to break out my torches so no zombies will spawn. Anything cool? I mean, there's bread. Can get my food up a bit. I don't need another piece. Okay. Well, there's a spawner. I'll take a screenshot of it. I don't know why I take... Honestly, I don't know why I take the screenshots and the F3 screenshots anymore. Well, actually, I did return to the F3 screenshot thing. I realized that I could actually make like a timeline of photos, but there's probably too many to count anyway. But I also don't really have a good count of the spawners, so I don't know why I still do the spawners like that. It's kind of almost a novelty at this point, I guess. Something like that. Like I'm like, oh, you know, I once did that. I once had a good reason for it, and now I just do it because habit. Not sure. I'll keep going anyway. Yeah, in terms of like the other series other than Journey, of course, Newcraft continues as per the usual. I might, I might reevaluate it. Like, of course, like the editing of it, since it doesn't get that many views at all for how much work I put in to edit them, the videos, compared to Journey, for example. But in terms of like the other stuff, like Vault Hunters, Skyblock, and like my old Minecraft playthrough, I'm gonna kind of just do whatever I want to do. I don't think I'm gonna commit. I'll commit to Vault Hunter's Skyblock. I think I want to stick to that, but I just kind of want to be a bit more experimental with things. Try some new stuff. If it doesn't work, then that's fine. I can, private the series and whatnot. Although I haven't privated any of my. I might just keep them around. Maybe private them eventually if I get like an actual long-standing series other than Journey. That's kind of the pipe dream I have, is to have a long series other than Journey. Maybe not in the hundreds like this, but at least like beyond 10 episodes. I haven't really gone beyond 10 episodes and other stuff, which I know is surprising, but it's just kind of the motivation. It's a lot harder to get motivated into other stuff. So the experimenting continue, I guess. Anyway, guess I actually don't need the torches. Cobblestone it is. I like the cobblestone texture that I have. Texture pack. Oh yeah, it's good. Pretty solid. I just like the old texture's got a soft spot for him. Of course. Well, that's kind of cool, actually. I take a good old screenshot. Yeah, maybe I will. Oh, I haven't seen how big the world is actually in a bit. I kind of glaze over it. It'd be an interesting thing to see. I doubt my statistics may have changed that much. It's 78 episodes. Maybe things have changed. The cables. Headphone cables. Good thing I got a Bluetooth headset that I usually wear. Yeah, it's Bluetooth. Uses a USB chip. It's kind of weird. Like if it breaks, then it's kind of done. A little odd. At least I find. Although I think it's kind of the standard now. Wireless. Everything's going wireless. The keyboard and mouse is still wired for me. Got a new mouse actually. I think I mentioned that in the episode around Christmas. Anywho. Well, we will wrap things up. Nice roll of the R. Good roll. A good old roll. Oh, my watch wants me to move. No, I'm good. I don't need to move. I'm moving here. Actually, I'm a pretty solid walker in real life as well. Got a bit more survival skills in the actual world than I do in Minecraft. I get a bit more distracted with stuff, but it's this to get the well, case in point. Oh, I get myself with these. I'm literally any bit of an interesting return to journey for sure. I'll probably chop out some of the breaks. I had to do stuff here and there, but that is an example of textbook radio silence. There's a bit of discussion going on, so I'm gonna end the commentary here. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. All right, but goodbye. I guess I'll just do another episode, no commentary, later in the day. I'll probably go back to some other stuff for a bit. But yeah, see you.